Shabbat Shalom and welcome. Family services are my favorites. I feel so lucky to get to work with these beautiful children. It's a great team effort. Tali and parents teach them on Sundays and during the week. We don't get to practice this. It's a lot of emailing, sending parts, and I'll see you on Friday and we'll see how it all comes together. But we're so glad that those of you who are here with us are joining us, and we hope a lot of you are in the comfort and the warmth of your home and looking in on us tonight as well. We'll start on page 10 with Hine Matov. Okay, we good? Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together. And before we light the candles tonight, I put a few out. If you see a paper near you, I was driving around and this song came up, and I just thought it's so beautiful. And our theme tonight's going to be a little bit about light, and I thought it would be a great song for. I want to make sure the kiddos have copies too. Okay, so we're going to sing this. Oh, yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, we're going to sing this one in the first column. Okay, maybe you can share with Ava. Okay. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat, shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat, shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Light the light of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat, shalom. As we watch the candles shine, Shabbat, shalom. Cover the challah, pour the wine. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Shabbat, shalom. Time to take a big deep breath. Shabbat, shalom. A special day for us to rest. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Oh, and good, Amelia. I was hoping you would be back. So now we will actually light our Shabbat candles, and Amelia always does a wonderful job with that. And the rest of us can come up and join. And you'll find the candle blessing on page 2. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Beautiful. Okay, you can go back to your seats. Okay. Hannah, you ready?
Please join me on page 8. I don't think it is.
We're going to check and make sure. Okay, that's okay. We'll use this one. Okay. Yeah, you can start from the beginning, sweetie.
Please join me on page 8. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no
Semantics.
No semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illuminate all of us and to bring that vision to life.
Thank you. Okay, Eva. Okay, you're going to do great, sweetie. And you're going to say page 9 at the bottom of the page.
Page 9 of the bottom of the page. Do I read this? Do we read this?
The whole thing start here, yeah.
We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope. For Shabbat, holiness, which inspires scared living. For Shabbat, memories glowing even in the darkness. For Shabbat, peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God.
Beautiful, thank you. And this brings us to Sher Hadash, which begins on page 13. And the English is on page 344, if you want to be ready for that part. Shiru Adonai, Shir Hadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai, Shir Hadash, Shiru a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai, Shir Hadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol Haaretz. Now that our voices are warming up, we will sing Lahado D, beginning on page 20. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. 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 Lehama bizavor bidabor echad, hishmiyanu elham yuchad, Adonai echad, ushemo echad, Leshem uteret batelatila. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. Lekrat Shabbat lehuvel neha, ki himechor habraha, merosh mekedem nefsuha, sof mamashah shavatila. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. Now stand up and face the door. Boi veshalom ateret bala, gam simcha utzola, toch emune am sgula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. Lechado di lekrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabala. And be seated. Okay, Amelia, you're up, babe. Say the page number first.
Please join me on page 22. Please read responsively. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing our hymns, to sing our hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night with a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in a house of Adonai. They flourish in the courts of our God In an old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no wrong.
Alechem, which you'll find on page 24. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Boahem L'Sholem, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Barhuni L'Sholem, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Sechem L'Sholem, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Peace be to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. The bottom of page 29. Teresa reminded us last week that, the Siddur is so full of great text, and sometimes we miss the little things. So I really like what this has to say. What does it mean to be called to worship? All serious activity requires preparation. The prayers and blessings that precede the Baruch Hu are warm-up for the individual. Now communal prayer begins. The leader asks, "Are you ready to pray?" And we respond, "Yes, we're ready." So we've been warming up, and with that, I would like to call up Jacob and Ava to open the ark for us. Good job. We'll do the curtain too. Great. All right, and then let's all of us come and join. Okay, we'll stand up here. Everybody come stand as we lead the Baruch Hu. So remember, we're calling all of our other people here, thank you for standing, to come and join us in the rest of our worship service. Okay? So those of you who are comfortable, we say, Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Then they're going to say that. No, we say it again. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vayet. Thank you. Excellent. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. And this brings us to the Ma'ariv Aravim, which will be on page 31. Sadly, at the very last minute, Oliver and Elliot were not able to be here tonight, so Amelia and Ava are going to help. So Amelia, you're up next, sweetie. So I've already called the page number, but so now you're going to say praise to you, and then you're going to read that part right there.
Praise to you. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way of which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of stars. Creator of the tide and time and light. You guide the current of day to night. As heaven spins to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
And we all say, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Great. First call the page number. Tell them the page number.
Page 33. Wisdom and wonder. Passion and instructions, story and symbol. All of these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. We like getting the kids involved early so that they get very comfortable with being up here and calling page numbers, and I love the fact that we do this once a month. With that, we will recite the Shema, which you will find on page 34. Okay, so remember, we kind of make like a W. We can either cover our eyes. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vayed.
Love your God with... Okay. Page 37. Love your God. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside the gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God.
And this brings us to the Vishamru, so if you would please rise as you turn to page 44. This is one where we get to clap. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, ladoretam barit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, ladoretam barit olam. Ki shivit yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasod et ha-Shabbat, ladoretam barit olam. Ki shivit yamim asa Adonai את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And be seated. Okay, yeah, we have to be careful. We don't want to go off the stage. We will continue with the Amidah, our standing prayer. So that's always a tricky one. We stand for Vishamru, then you sit down, and then, yeah, we have to stand up again. But the Amidah begins on page 48. We'll start with our intention on page 46, and then continues through page 64. And I'll just remind them, we all know this, but this is, read these beautiful words in the Siddur, either in English or Hebrew. Take the opportunity to reflect on your week or say the words in your heart, and then feel free to be seated when you've concluded your prayers. And we'll join together again for Oseh Shalom afterwards. Sefer Tiftach ufia gita hilatecha, Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. At the bottom of the page, on page 62, let's sing Ose Shalom. B'mramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'akol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Israel. And this brings us to our drash. I will briefly tell you that this week's Torah portion is Vayetze. It's the one where Jacob intends to marry. God blesses Jacob. He works in order to marry Rachel, works for 7 years, but then Rachel's father Laban tricks him into marrying Rachel's older sister Leah. They all three live happily ever after and bear 11 sons and 1 daughter, and then leave Laban's house with great wealth. But since this is the month of Hanukkah, we thought we would focus tonight on Hanukkah and lights and all that this holiday brings. Students were asked, when you hear the word light, what do you think of? And some answers were a light bulb, the sun, candles, warm, bright sun, and God. All really good answers, huh? Because light helps us see. We turn on a light when we enter a dark room. Night lights help us to feel comfortable and not scared at night when we go to bed. The sun gives us light and warmth during the day. Moonlight's beautiful in the night sky. So we wanted to share a little bit about the history of Hanukkah and then some messages about light. So you're going first. Do that after we read this part. Okay, so this is the part where you're going to read this.
Hanukkah begins on the eve of Kislev 25 on the Hebrew calendar, which is why last year Hanukkah began on November 28th, and this year it begins on December 18th. Hanukkah lasts for 8 days and falls during the darkest, coldest season of the year. It is also called the Festival of Lights.
So you're going to read your part, honey, and then this part too.
The holiday brings light, joy, and warmth to our homes and communities as we celebrate with candles, food, family, and friends. As we celebrate with and friends. Light comes literally with lighting of an additional candle each day, and metaphorically through a newer emphasis on charitable donations and commitment to Tikkun Olam during the holiday. Hanukkah means dedication in Hebrew. It commemorates the victory of a small group of Jewish rebels known as the Maccabees over the armies of Syria in 165 BCE, and the subsequent liberation and rededication of the temple in Jerusalem.
According to the legend, when the Maccabees entered the temple and began to reclaim it from the Greeks, they immediately relit the nearest,
The Ner Tamid, which is this light right here. Up here on this.
which burned constantly in the temple. In the temple, they found a single jar of oil, which was sufficient for only one day.
The messenger who was sent to additional oil took 8 days to come back, and miraculously, the single jar of oil continued to burn until his return. The rabbis of Talmud attributed the 8 days of Hanukkah to the miracle of the single jar of oil.
Okay. And Rick, I'm going to ask you to turn just to cut some of the lights banks off for a little more dramatic effect. Okay. Jack. Okay. So kiddos, let's line up. Let's line up here in front of the Torah table. Okay. So Jackson, here's yours, and Ava, stand next to Jackson so you can read his. Okay. Amelia, here's yours. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you got yours. Okay. Okay. That one's yours. There's the button. This one's yours. Here's your button. Okay. Don't turn it on quite yet. Don't turn it on quite yet. There you go. Ava. Right. So you'll read your quote and then turn on your light. Okay. So Ava, why don't you start by reading Jackson's? Oh, here.
Loses nothing by lighting another candle. James Keller said a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle.
Okay, you can turn yours on.
Edith Wharton said there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects the candle.
Amanda Gorman said, "There's always light if only we're brave enough to see it, or if only we're brave enough to be it."
And Eleanor Roosevelt said, "It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness."
You ready? The Buddha said, "Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared." Okay, you can turn your candle on. Sogyal Rinpoche said, "Light must come from inside. You cannot ask the darkness to leave. You must turn on the light." Beautiful. So I would just like to say that Hanukkah is a reminder that light can transform darkness. So keep shining, little ones. The world needs your light. We can all be candles and spread light and warmth throughout the world. Okay. You want to turn your candles off for now, and then you can hold them if you want to. We'll go back to our seats to finish the service. You can take them home, sure. Okay. This brings us to words of healing. You'll find the Mishnah Barak on page 253. Sadly, our list of COT family and friends is quite long. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless these members of our community: Catherine Adele Celentano, Robin Cohen, Amy Etzel, Marty Glenn, Diana Heller, John William Hillebrecht, Jeffrey Kern, Penina Kolakant, Barbara Kurtzman, Kit Levine, Karen Lavoie, Sharon Maslow, Rick Moss, Dave Podolsky, Sylvia Ramsdell, Frida Russell, Margaret Schmidt, Elliot Schwartz, Cheryl Shelleb, John Sitters, Larry Spielman, Aaron Steck, Ellen Weingarten. And if there's a name that you would like us to hold in our hearts and prayers tonight, please feel free to say it aloud. Carol Anderson.
Maria Nations and Nellie Roberson.
Do anybody have friends who we should keep in our prayers tonight? Okay, again, 253. Send them all comfort and relief speedily in our days, and grant them a complete healing of body, mind, and spirit. Blessed are you, source of life, who helps us to bring light where there is darkness and healing where there is brokenness. Misha Barak Avotenu Bechor Habraha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Barak Imotenu Mechor Habraha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And now for the Aleinu, which begins on page 282. Please rise. Okay, so we all rise for this one, and we face the ark. And if you want to follow along, you can look on page 282. Aleinu leshaberek ladon akol, tet gedula letzer breshit, shelo asanu gera haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam halkenu chahem, vegor aleinu kehol hamona. And we've been naknu korim umishtahavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim veyoser aretz, u'Moshe v'karo b'shamayim mimah, u'shi not huzo, begov hey meromi, u'Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu efesu lato, kakatuv betorato, beyad hayom v'hashevota, lelevavecha, ki Adonai hu hayalim b'shamayim mimah, ve'al haaretz mitachat einod. V'nermar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo Shemo Echad. Jacob, can you please come help close the ark? Ava, can you help close the ark? You want to tuck little Torah back in, or good? There you go. Good job. Okay, watch fingers. Watch fingers. Watch fingers. Watch fingers. There you go. Good job. Okay. And I'll ask you to stand. No, go ahead, be seated. Okay, go ahead and be seated. Let's see. This week we have some birthdays to celebrate. Dutchie Anderson and George Ramsdell will be celebrating tomorrow. Shoni Freed Dewar on Wednesday and Sandy Kawano on Thursday. And Sandy and Seiji Kawano celebrate their anniversary tomorrow. Beautiful newsletter came out yesterday. Thank you, Mindy. It's chock full of lots of information. COT is having a Hanukkah party on the 18th, so please make sure you look at the newsletter. Anything else we need to?
Family friendly. Come on, come on.
Okay, bring friends. Big celebration. Good. Donna Ashworth shared these words, and I liked them. Take them with you. If someone you love did not make it on that trip, you can take it for them, with them. If someone you love did not witness that milestone, you can show them anytime you like. If someone you love did not get to do their living, you can finish their dreams on those dreams on their behalf. The beautiful thing about love, you see, is that death need not stop life. If you carry someone in your heart, you can take them with you anywhere you like. This Shabbat we remember Jeffrey Neal Simon of blessed memory, Frank Terminello, grandfather of Rabbi Janice Mehring, Ruth Brown, mother of Jackie Zucker, Mildred Podolsky, mother of Dave Podolsky, Bella Ruth Solish, grandmother of Alfred Solish, Blanche Macy of blessed memory, and we remember Rob Hirsch, brother-in-law of Teresa Hirsch, and Ruth Hirsch, mother-in-law of Teresa Hirsch, who both passed away this month. And we take into our hearts all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. I will light the Yortzeit candle. Okay. And you'll find the Mourner's Kaddish on page 295. Please rise. Yikadal B'Yikadash Shemei Rabbah B'Alma Divrach Hirute B'Almik Malhute B'Hayehon Uvyomechon Uvhaye Dekol Bet Yisrael B'Gala Uvizman Kari Vimaru Amen Yehesh Me Rabbah Mevorak Leolam Olmei Almaya Yit Barak V'Yishtabak V'Yitbar V'Yitnaman V'Yitnaseh Viet Hadar, Viet Taleh, Viet Talal, Shemei de Kudashah, Brihu, Leolam bin Kol Birhata Vishirata, Tush Bahata V'Nehelmata, Damira Bialma Vimaru Amen. Yehesh Lama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'Hayim Aleinu Ve'akol Yisrael, Vimaru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, v'yimaru, Amen. Okay, and you may be seated. I thought tonight it would be fun to end our service with this little light of mine. And it's great that Cindy knows how to play it, so it's on the second column of the paper that was hopefully near you. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Kira. Thank you for joining us. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful week. Thank you, beautiful children. Let your light shine.